Hey guys, it's Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and boy do we have a big haul, swatch, and review video to talk about for Wet n Wild today. So this video I kept planning on filming like late fall. I planned on filming in December, like holiday, and then I planned on filming as soon as they came out with like new stuff in their like January releases. So here we are. This is going to cover some of the fall limited edition stuff, the holiday kind of time limited edition stuff, as well as some of their brand new stuff that you can get in the drugstore right now or on their website. So the limited edition stuff, just to go back, that stuff does tend to sell out fairly quickly, and there's some of this stuff I don't think you can get. But that being said, for my subscribers, if you stay to the end of the video, there may be something special at the very end for you. So stay tuned, because I am going to show you swatches and the fall collection that came out. I'm going to show you the holiday stuff that came out that was like limited edition, and then I'm going to show you all of the new stuff. And so it's a ton. Sit back, relax. We're going to get into it right now. And when we start, we're going to start with the fall. And I do have a small story, because this does impact the very end of the video too. So back in the fall, they came out with these two eyeshadow palettes. So we'll start there. They came out with Velour, Vixon, and Plaid to the Bone. And I wanted to get my hands on these so bad. And when I start to see on Instagram people releasing pictures of the new collections, I start hitting the stores. I start checking all of my CVS's, all of my Walgreens, to find the very tiny displays that Wet n Wild tends to put out with only 2 sets of each thing, which is so irritating. But recently they've started putting stuff on their website. So I now don't miss out on anything, because I purchase immediately from the website. I don't try to go around and drive to all of the stores, because sometimes that proves very unsuccessful. And anyway, going back to these two shadows, shadow trios, I looked high and low, and I was complaining on my channel one day that I couldn't find these. And my good friend on YouTube, Joanne from NV Nail Person, said, you know what? She texted me one day and she's like, I see these. Do you want me to pick these up for you? And I said, yes, please, I'll pay you. You know, just let me know what you want. I will pay for everything, the shipping and whatnot. Just invoice me via PayPal. And she had actually gone, she already left the store when I had responded to her. So she literally went back to the store, picked up the entire fall collection, and we're talking mascaras, we're talking liquid lipsticks, and the 2 eyeshadow trios, and she bought them all for me. She told me she didn't want me to pay her anything, and she sent them to me because she is such a nice lady. So she sends me this stuff, and what happens? It never comes, or what I think never comes. We were able to track the shipping. It said it came, and I kept talking to my office. I said, where's this package? It said it should be here. Where's this package? And they're like, no, we don't have any package. So I felt terrible, because she had sent me some other great goodies, and I felt bad because she spent all that money, and I told her I would pay her back, and she wouldn't let me pay her. So fast forward a couple of weeks, she comes across the collection again, and I still couldn't find it. I had not stopped looking. She comes across the collection again, and she buys everything for me again. And I happen to be going to Vegas for a work conference. We meet up, and she gives me the entire collection, which I wasn't expecting. I just had asked for those 2 shadows, and it was the nicest thing. Joanne, you are the sweetest person, and she gave me the whole collection again. So I fly home. Guess what package is waiting for me when I get home? Oh, the office finds the package that they misplaced. So now I literally have 2 sets of the fall collection, and so that's why at the end of the video, stay tuned, special surprise. So anyway, let's get into the fall collection first. Thank you, Joanne, for sending these to me. I have been using them a lot lately. It took me a while to get to this, but I've been using these a lot. So let's talk about these little trios first. So I am actually wearing a lot from this one today, and I'm going to go ahead and swatch this one first. This is the Velour Vixen. And again, if you've never used Wet n Wild trio shadows, they are pretty darn amazing for the most part. I have some of their 6-pan quads or 6-pan palettes, and they're very good. So this one, like I said, is kind of like, this is a matte kind of off-white shade. This one is kind of like a raspberry or sorry, like a deep burgundy, and then this one's like a dark black with sparkle. So they're very, very pigmented. I mean, Wet n Wild does not play around, and they are very affordable. So this has been a really fun shade. I really like my burgundies. I've been wearing this one in the crease, and then this is a great brow bone highlight shade. It's perfect. I just popped this up on top of my brow. Love the look of this one. So I really enjoyed the Velour Vixen, been wearing it a ton. And then this is the Plaid to the Bone Trio. This one was really cool because it had a lot of blues and greens. It's a little bit more outside of my comfort zone, but I have been loving this. I've been wearing them a lot in conjunction with each other. So this one has a beautiful kind of like silver, and then a matte kind of like blue, and then this kind of like greeny kind of multi-chrome little color. So here we go, gorgeous silver. The blue is a bit patchy. I will say, like, it's hard to kind of build that blue up. It is a little, for a matte, it's not as creamy as some of the other ones tend to be. It's a pretty color, but you do have to build that one up a little bit. And then this gorgeous kind of like green oil slick, it's like an oil slick brown. This one is really, really pretty. I mean, pretty awesome. So this one is probably my second favorite, and this one is probably my first, but I use these a lot together, and I love this silver shade. It's a really nice shade. So again, these are awesome. Thank you so much, Joanne, for getting these to me. Like I said, searched high and low, and you went and got them twice, and I really appreciate it. So next up, she ended up giving me all 4 of the liquid lipsticks that came out, which came out in the fall collection. Now, the one weird thing about these lipsticks I do notice is that they do kind of leak an oil outside of them. I've noticed that the Tarteist lip paints do this too, and I don't know if it's just something in the formula that is seeping out. It doesn't affect the color, it doesn't affect the lasting power on these, but I don't know, it's just kind of weird. So we'll go from dark to light. This first one almost looks like a chocolate brown. This is called Take It Like a Vamp. And again, it's just a dark, looks like a dark red or brown to me. And so this is the first time I had ever heard of Wet n Wild doing matte liquid lipsticks. And I was really impressed with these colors. So there we go. It's almost like it is a deep vampy kind of like deep red purple. So it's kind of cool. This one I haven't worn much of. Obviously it's just kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I haven't had a time to really wear something that dark since we're kind of in like January now. But I have worn Don't Be a Plum Plum. So this is also kind of a vampy looking shade, but it's a little bit lighter than the last one. And I have to say, like, I am pretty impressed with these liquid matte lipsticks from Wet n Wild. You do have to, I mean, I think they go on pretty opaque. You just have to make sure that you've gotten an even layer. And they do dry down, and they do have a pretty long lasting wear time. So like I said, I've been pretty impressed with them. They're not like the best liquid lipstick out there because eventually they do start to wear off throughout the day, especially if you're going to eat anything oily. But still, for a drugstore liquid lipstick, I'm kind of impressed by they still have some lasting power. This one is Too Tulip to Quit. So it's this like really pretty kind of like kind of a bright pink actually. I think this is more of like a spring looking pink. But again, it came out in the fall. So, ooh, this one is beautiful, and it's extremely opaque. Really, really pretty. And then the last liquid lipstick from the fall collection was How Fleek Is Your Love, and this is just a beautiful red. And so, here we go. Ooh, this one looks nice. I haven't worn this one yet either, but I've worn Don't Be a Plum Plum, but these are pretty intense, pretty fabulous looking colors, and something just a little bit different that we haven't really seen Wet n Wild do. But now I'm going to show you soon the new stuff. They do have new liquid matte lines out, which they have a ton of great colors. So those were 4 of the fall liquid lipsticks. Alright guys, so next up from the fall line, they came out with like all these different colored mascaras, and so I've tried 2 out of these so far because blue and green, that's a little extreme for me, so I haven't had an opportunity to wear them yet. But I have worn the bronze and the purple that I just dropped. Hold on. Ooh, okay, there we go. So I have worn the bronze and the purple. Now the purple, let's see, I don't know, like I just don't think, like, they're not bad formulas, but I don't think that you can really see the color. Like, I've tried and I really, like, I've used the bronze and it's kind of like a brown, so you don't really get a lot of, to me, you don't see it. I just don't think you see it. So I wasn't overly impressed with the mascaras. Like I said, not bad formulas, I just don't see the color. I just don't see it very well. So I'll show you the wands and I'll show you like what it looks like. You know, you would think that you might be able to see it because you do see it is purple on here, but I don't know, like when I put it on my lashes, I don't know. Can you tell? I don't see it. It does give you a little bit of length and it definitely thickens up your lashes a little bit because I do think this is somewhat of a thick. It is not a runny formula. So we'll do the bronze on this side. And again, I mean, I don't see a difference at all when I look in the mirror. But like I said, you know, fun to try something new, something different. So again, thank you, Joanne, so much for the fall collection. So when I messed up with the fall collection, I was like, when the holiday stuff came out, I was like, no, I'm just gonna buy it all online and I'm not even gonna try to look in store because odds are I will not find it. So let's talk about the nail polishes first. I was pretty impressed with these guys. So these are the 3 out of the 4 that I picked up, and I have already done swatches, so I will pop the photos in as I'm talking about these polishes. The first one up is this really cool, pretty topper polish. Now this one is called Are You Free to Dance? And it's a really pretty kind of like micro blue shimmer. And so you can top this pretty much over anything. I think this looks great over creams and it just gives you this nice light blue shimmer. I did this over a purple, I believe it was a purple, just a basic cream purple. So I will pop that in there so you can see what it looked like. But again, you can just see that blue kind of purple shimmer in this nice little topper. Next up, out of the 3, this was probably my least favorite. This one is called Studio Glitter and Gold. And not that there's anything wrong with it, I just think that this particular gold color just doesn't look great on my fingers particularly. I think my skin tone, it just doesn't look great on. But it is kind of like a fine, very, very true gold kind of shimmer. So again, this went on okay. The brushes, I'm a big fan of Wet n Wild's brushes. They're kind of short and fat. And they kind of are curved. I think they're curved, like rounded on the top. So I feel like you can paint your nails like really expertly with these brushes. I feel like it goes on really nice. So I've always really enjoyed that about Wet n Wild products. Now this next color, this is a really pretty one. This is called I Dream of Jeanie, and it's this beautiful dark slate gray with very small gold glitter pieces. So this one again is pretty stunning and again pretty unique, not something you see I feel like every day, and especially different for Wet n Wild. So again, let me pop up the photo of that so you can check it out. Now guys, the best thing that I think came out of like the holiday collection, I don't want to call it Christmas, this holiday, this was the limited edition Mega Glow Highlighting Gold Bar. Now this was pretty spiffy. I mean, the packaging looked pretty cool. It's this gold bar with a little star, and this is supposed to be a gold highlighter. Now I've also used this as eyeshadow. I'm actually wearing it as my gold eyeshadow on my lids today, but this is still wearing well on my cheeks. I've got it blinging on my cheeks. It's not too intense. I feel like anybody can wear this, but there you go. There's your gold. Let me do a swatch right here. But it's really pretty. It's just your basic gold highlighter, but a lot more affordable than some of these more expensive ones. I think the wear time is pretty decent, and again, it's not too intense, but it still shows up and it wears a while. I've had this one on all day, and again, I still think you can kind of see that that shine. And if you don't want to use it as a highlighter, like I said, it works well as an eyeshadow too, but I just love the packaging. I love how creative I feel like Wet n Wild is getting. And then guys, they came out with pigments. And since I was ordering online, I really didn't know what to pick when it came to the pigments because I kind of wanted to see them in person. But I'll be honest with you guys, these look the same to me. I mean, obviously you've got some darker ones, but it's all like a gold or a rosy gold tone. So let me go ahead and show you swatches of these pigments. So here's what this first one looks like. It's called Heart of Rose Gold. I think this is the darker looking pigment when it comes to the spectrum. And what's cool about these is they have a twist off cap, but they also have a pop top stopper. So like you're not wasting a lot of product, it's not spilling out. So there you go. This is what it looks like. You just pop it open and then you can kind of shake some out. And there I have some on my hand and I can show you, see if that's gonna work. Let me try again. It is hard to get the glitter out, but what I do is I wet a brush and then I kind of stick it on the top so that I'm not, again, wasting product. But here we are. So again, if you put water on this, it's going to make this much more intense. I'm, again, just giving you kind of a light swatch. And I think it's a little bit hard to see. Again, I should probably put some water on this because it definitely intensifies the pigment. But this is, again, kind of like a rosy gold toned pigment. Now this next one is called Ride on My Copper. So it's a little bit more of a gold, more of a rose tone. And again, same thing, it has a little pop top. And again, I put my finger over it so that it doesn't spill out too much. And then try to give you guys, you do have to kind of build it up. Again, it's harder to get the product out, like I said, because it's like that, but it's also like you're not going to be wasting any product. All right guys, so I built this one up. You can tell this one's way more rose toned, this is way more gold toned, but those are the two compared to each other. I really like this one. I think this one stands out. Now this next one is called Dom and Cherry on Top, and it's a little bit lighter than the last one, but still very, very gold. So let me build this one up and show you what it looks like. All right guys, so here this one is. You can see this one's more gold, this one's more copper. I think, sorry, it's hard to tell, but this one is a little bit more goldy and not as still not as copper as this one, and again, this one's the rose. Now our last one is called Kung Fu Lighting. This is the lightest gold that we have. So guys, Kung Fu Lighting is my least favorite. It's so light and such a white gold that you really can't see it. I think my favorite, honestly, is the second one. It just shows up really nicely and it's more of a gold color. And again, that one was called Ride on My Copper. Now again, I definitely recommend these being used with water to make them more intense. And again, getting them out, it's nice that the thing doesn't spill anywhere, but it does take some time. But I just get a little watered brush, or I spray some Fix Plus on the brush. I just put it over that can and I just top it on the brush a little bit, and then it's super intensified with, again, some water or some Fix Plus on it. But again, those were the pigments, if you ever see pigments again from Wet n Wild. Okay guys, we're going to move on into the newer products that are now out. These are available, you can get them, you can order them online, you can go in store and get them. The first thing I want to talk about has been very widely discussed on YouTube, and I've kind of stayed away from it because I didn't want that to interfere with like my opinions. I just didn't want to hear what everybody was saying. This is their new foundation. This is called the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and it's in the Rose Ivory color. Now this shade, I was really worried because this was like 4 shades from the lightest, and I picked it online based on color, which is really difficult to do, sometimes doesn't work out, but I have to say this works perfectly for my color of skin. It's a very full coverage foundation for a drugstore foundation, for an affordable drugstore foundation. I'm actually wearing it today. Now it's interesting because when you open it, it's like a flat paddle. So you kind of just have to like paste this little paddle all over your face, which isn't bad. It actually works out just fine, but it does smell like paint, like wet paint. When you open up a paint can, this is really stinky. Now for me, I don't mind it. For some reason, I don't mind smelling paint. Now once it dries and it's on my face, I don't smell that smell anymore, but you do smell paint when you open this. I will say that while it's full coverage and it looks flawless when you first put it on, I do think that when you get towards the end of the day, I think it gets a little dry on my skin, which is an odd thing. I don't normally see that. So I feel like it starts to get a little bit patchy kind of around my chin and kind of around my cheek area. So it's not that it doesn't look great. I think like on camera it still looks pretty good for being on a full day, but it's not like the best drugstore foundation ever. It is very full coverage and it looks great when you put it on, but it's not the longest lasting foundation because, like I said, I think it starts to break down a little bit for me by the end of the day. But I do think for those of you that want to try it, it might be worth it. It's just not got the longest lasting power. All right, guys, the next product I am so excited about, and this is the Wet n Wild concealer that they recently launched with the foundation. So this is their Photo Focus Concealer and Corrector. I got mine in the shade Light Ivory. So this comes in a couple of different shades, and I am so impressed with this concealer. I've been using it instead of my Shape Tape. You guys know that the Tarte Shape Tape has been like my new favorite for weeks now. This, I have to say, is somewhat comparable to the Shape Tape. So here's what it is. It's this tiny little doe foot applicator, and I'll put it over my little mole here. I find that I can use this underneath my eyes. It doesn't crease. It has really good coverage. I find it to be a pretty thick concealer, but it does blend out and you can barely see that mole that I just covered up with it. It really covers well, it doesn't crease, and I find that I can use this all over in different areas and it does a great job. So I'm really impressed. It has the same consistency as the Shape Tape to me. It's very thick, but again, it's not creasy, it's not gloopy, it's not crusty. It's just, it wears really well throughout the day, and I'm sure this is way more affordable than the Shape Tape. If you can't afford the Shape Tape, try this. But I do still love my Shape Tape. You get a lot of product in the Shape Tape. But this is a really great drugstore option for concealer now. So I have been loving this and I've been using it very consistently. So guys, let's talk about the new liquid matte lipsticks that are permanent that came out in the new range. Now they recalled these something a little bit different. They called it the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit. So there are a ton of shades in this whole range, and I only picked out 3. I ordered these online and I picked out 3 that I thought I would wear a lot, and I've worn all of these. I love these colors. Now a little bit about the formula. These are long lasting, but they're not going to last you all day. I do tend to see wearing, and I do tend to see the wearing on the inside first, so it doesn't wear evenly off, which I wish it did. I like lipsticks that if you're not going to wear me all day, wear off evenly so it doesn't look like I have, you know, like a ring of lipstick around my lips. So this first one is probably my favorite. It's the most wearable for me. It's called Rebel Rose, and it's just a really pretty light pink, kind of a light dusty pink. Another thing I love is this doe foot applicator. It's kind of like cut in on the side, and it really makes for like putting on this stuff so easy. It goes on super opaque. It dries down very quickly, but this little like dip just helps me run it along my lips and makes it expert to put on. Like, it's not hard to put on liquid lipstick, and sometimes it can be hard. So this applicator really helps with that. But this again is Rebel Rose. The next one I got was kind of like a more mauve-y, kind of like just a mauve neutral, and this one's a little bit darker. It's called Give Me Mocha. It's actually what I'm wearing today. So it's kind of like a red mauve to me, like kind of a taupey red, I guess. It's not red, it's mauve. It's not red, but it's kind of got a brick kind of red in the mauve is what I'm trying to say. So I really like this one. Again, I find these to be really 2 that are very work appropriate shades. And you do get long lasting power. They are going to wear you, I think, at least half the day. Where I run into trouble is when I go to lunch and I have anything that's like oily, it starts to come off then. But when I come home, I do still have parts on. Like it does stay on, it just doesn't wear evenly off, which is a big deal for me. And this is called Berry Recognize. This one is really pretty. I wore this in one of my recent vlogs and you guys were commenting on that. This is a gorgeous like berry, and it's actually quite bright, but it's still really pretty, and I think it looks really nice. I think with my skin tone and my hair color, this one particularly looks really nice on me. So it's still a little bright, but I absolutely love the color. It just gives me a nice like pop of like raspberry pink, but it doesn't wash me out. It's actually pretty bright and it looks pretty good. So I really have enjoyed all 3 of those shades. Now, the last two things I have not gotten to test out yet, so you guys will have to let me know, do you want to see these in a separate video in action? Do you want to see a separate review? Or has anybody used them? Do you want to share with us in the comments below? They came out with some new Wet n Wild base coats and also a top coat. So I'm always kind of checking drugstore alternatives to some of our higher priced items when it comes to nail polish. So this first one is called the Saving Base. It's supposed to be a fortifying base coat, and it's kind of got this like milky off-white kind of like pinky color. So again, just a simple base coat, which, if I can get it out, I will show you guys what it looks like. It's not, comes in like a white bottle top. And again, you can see it's just kind of like that milky white. So the Saving Base. And then the top coat is called Rock Party Weekend, I think. It's the name of it. So interesting. It's supposed to have up to 1 week of wear and shine. So that's actually a pretty tough claim. I find that my Seche Vite normally gives me 1 week, and this is called the Rock Party Weekend Hard as Ice top coat. So I'm really curious to see how these work out, because again, I'm not sure. I've never used a base coat or top coat from Wet n Wild, so I'm not really sure how any of their products in that aspect work. I've got a ton of their nail polishes though, and I do like their nail polishes, and I like their brushes on their nail polishes. I find them to be very easy to use and typically very pigmented colors. But again, those are different types, so we'll have to see. So guys, I almost forgot to show you one of the other brand new products that I've been loving, because it's been on my sink and I've been using this every night to remove my makeup. You can tell I'm actually all the way down here because I have used it so much. This is the Wet n Wild. This is their brand new makeup remover, and this is called their Micellar cleansing water. Now, I've never used Micellar cleansing water because Bioderma has it. I think L'Oreal came out with one, but I've just never tried it. And this one says it's an all-purpose bi-phase micellar cleanser, gently and effectively removes even the most stubborn waterproof mascara. Now, I actually find that this stuff works really, really well. You do have to shake it because obviously you can see there's a separation here. So you just shake it up. And what I really like about it is it's got a pop top, and then you just press your little cotton pad down on this little center thing, so it gets it some nice little product on the pad. And then since I have these, I thought I would just show you how this works. So these are the liquid lipsticks, which again have a really good lasting power. So this is just taking it right off. Again, I think that this micellar water works really, really well. I've been using it every night. Now I will say I did get it into my eyes one night and it did sting a little bit. So I would be careful when you are doing your eyes, because I don't want anybody to hurt themselves, and I don't like when my eyes sting. But I will say this has been really easy to get. Look at that. That's just the shadows. Comes off super, super nice. Super easy. So again, I like it. And I've noticed that when I use it, my face actually feels pretty soft after I take my makeup off. And I'm typically a makeup wipe only kind of girl, but I have to say, like, this has been a really nice product, and I think it's something that I'm actually going to repurchase because I've enjoyed it so much. So this is, again, affordable. You can use it on your eyes, lips, and face. Just be careful, like I said, on your eyes. Just don't put a ton on your eyes because it removes my stuff so easily and so fast. And again, a really cheap alternative product that's not that expensive. And I almost forgot to mention it, so definitely check out their makeup remover. I really, really have enjoyed it so far. So guys, that is it. That was a pretty long haul. Again, fall and like winter holiday, and then some of their new stuff. So I promised you guys, if you stayed till the end of the video, and I know this one was a long one, I have a little surprise for you. And this really is something that you need to thank Joanne from Envy Nail Person, because she's the reason I have a second set. I'm going to be giving away to someone on my channel. I'm going to be giving away 2 of the limited edition trios. These are unopened because, again, Joanne sent me 2, and we only thought, you know, one actually, or that one got lost, but it turns out it did make it. You're going to get the blue and the green mascara. You're going to get the purple and the brown mascara. So here is the bronze. Oop. everything's dropping, guys. I apologize. Here is the purple. And then you are going to get 2 of the liquid matte lipsticks from the fall line. So you are going to get Don't Be a Plum Plum and 2 Tulip to Quit. So you guys, if you want to win all of these little items, again, thank Joanne from Envy Nail Person. You should probably go and subscribe to her because she is the reason why we have this stuff. You can't buy this stuff anymore. This was limited edition. So if you would like to enter to win this nice little bag of goodies from Wet n Wild, please leave in the comments below. Tell me what your favorite Wet n Wild product is. And if you don't use Wet n Wild, tell me what you're excited to try from Wet n Wild, or what you would like to win, or what you're most excited about to win from this little fall kit that we have to send to you. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will read all of the comments below, and I will do a random winner for those that are those that are trying to win. I will do kind of like a random comment picker. And again, thank you guys so much, and thank you, Joanne. I really appreciate it. It was so much fun getting to use these, and those eyeshadow trios were totally worth it. I have been using them a ton. I will leave this giveaway open for 1 week, so if the day this video goes up, we will give it a full 7 days, and then I will shut it off and I will pick a winner, and then I will probably announce that winner in one of my upcoming makeup basket videos. I normally post those on Sundays or Mondays, so stay tuned for that. I will pick a winner, and again, all of the winning stuff I will leave, like, you know, please be 18 years or older. If you're younger, please have parental permission. Only comment once, that type of thing. Rules down below, but pretty basic. I'm not trying to make it complicated for anybody. But again, thanks guys for watching. I really enjoy this, and I'm glad we have an opportunity to do a giveaway on my channel. And Wet n Wild's awesome. I really love their products. I have always been a fan, and now they have even better and more awesome stuff coming out. I'm always looking forward to it. So again, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.